Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks, and today I've got for you a Progetto 46 replay. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. We have a replay in the, it's played by me obviously, on mines, north base, so we're going to go up the hill in the Progetto 46. Now the Progetto 46, I've done a video very similar to this actually before. It was on mines, it was about a year ago in May. And it was a pretty good replay. I did about 5,000 damage, something like that. But I just wanted to come back to the Progetto. I love this tank. I still think it's probably the best tier 8 premium there is. And I stand by that. A lot of people, I think, say, oh no, the Defender is the best tier 8 premium. Yes, the Defender is the easiest tank to play because you literally just sit there and go and drive. But, you know, kill a T92. But the Progetto, I feel, for a good player, it just has so many more tools. The better gun, the auto reloader, the mobility. It's just a bloody lovely tank, in all honesty. So this game is I'm technically bottom tier. Why am I yawning? Literally, as soon as I press record, I'm yawning. Honestly, stupid bloody me. We are bottom tier. It's a tier 9 and a tier 8 game. There are, I think, 5 tier 9s and 10 tier 8s on each team. And we found ourselves a little... Oh, hello there, Mr. ISU152. Obviously, the auto-reloading system, we want to try and just keep as many shells in the tank as possible. I know the best system to use is to fire just one shell at a time. So that you fire one, let it reload, fire one, let it reload. But my usual tactic for the auto-reloader is the second shell. Although it's slightly worse DPM, it's not terrible. It's when you fire that third shell that you're like, oh crap, I just ruined all of my DPM. So I quite often fire the first two shells if I've got a target right in front of me. In this situation, I'm going to fire 3. The reason for that being is that I don't want to stay up there. I know if I stay up there, I'm probably going to take a shot from the 257. So what I decide to do is fire all 3 at the VK whilst I have the chance, and then just relocate. And look, as you can see, I've already got 1 shell back in. And by the time I've relocated, I'll have 2 back in, so it's not the end of the world. Obviously, I've got to be careful here. Something on mines, especially when you take the hill on this side, that you have got to be careful of, is... getting proximity detected by the guys who are sitting under the hill. Now those shots on that charioteer there, I did aim for the tracks. I was hoping that I was going to take his tracks off and put all 3 into him again and then fall back, relocate, etc, etc, but unfortunately we didn't quite manage it. But we've got all 3 shells back in now. Anyway, now I'm hunting a Batchat. He comes forward, 1 shot, he thinks I'm reloading, 2 into his tracks, 3 to finish him off. Very nice. You usually want to use all 3 shots if it's to get a kill, if someone's on like 600 or 700 health and you need that damage to finish off a tank. At the minute the game's looking pretty good. 6-5, we're doing really good actually. 3,100 damage, 3 kills, and we're less than 4 minutes in. Something that you always must do if you take the hill on mines is don't sit in the same place. Look at this for a shot. Sniping the engine deck, because I'm looking down slightly at this guy. Sniping the engine deck. We missed with the second, and I'm glad I didn't fire the third. Something you always must do on mines, is make sure when you're on the hill you're relocating. Don't always sit over there. Don't always come and sit up here and snipe TDs. Don't sit there and try and shoot the island or the hill, and don't sit there and try and shoot those guys. You've got to keep moving round. Keep spotting for your team. Make sure that every time you go into one of these bushes, most of the time you'll see me, I'll either know for sure that I'm going into the bush unspotted, or if I'm unsure, I'll go in, fall back, see if my sixth sense goes off, and then if it doesn't, go back into the bush. 257 again, and I'm like, where can I pen him? Capola. No, I can pen him because he's angled down slightly towards me, and he's angled perfectly so that his pike nose is like flattened out towards me, I can actually go through his pike nose here, shooting down on it into the front at that angle. And there you go, 230. I fire the second one, but now as he's slanted back on the hill a little bit, I can't actually get a shot into him. Oh no, I was switching to premium rounds. That's what I was doing. I don't know why I didn't just double tap 2, but still. I'm switching to premium rounds because looking at the tanks that are left alive in the game, 257, 430, 268, 263, and 704. I also like using APCR in this tank for the shell velocity. Shell velocity is incredibly nice. But I am predominantly switching to premium rounds so I can pen this 257 because I want to get this guy out so our 257 can progress. The enemy team have also got a Lanson over here. Right, come on Max, let the third shell load in it. Something I'm a bugger for is accidentally getting too keen and firing just before that third shell loads in. Put one into the 257 and I don't know what the aim time is on the Lanson, but I feel that was quite lucky because he aimed for less than a second and fired and still hit me. I fire into the 257 with my third shell. Again, it didn't matter that it was my third shell. I'm not going to be poking out because I did get spotted. He did fire at me. And it doesn't really matter because I'll at least have my second shell in, as you can see by the time I have an opportunity to shoot again. So it's not too much of an issue. I could have fired blind there, but what are you doing? In all honesty, I thought he was going to fall back even further. And that's where we lose our 257 and our bat chat. So our only remaining non-tank destroyer tier 9s, which is now kind of annoying. Because it's 8-all, but if you actually look at the tanks left alive in the game, we're really in trouble. Yag Tiger and T30 against the 257, the 430, the 263, the 704 and the T95. All of their tier 9s are still alive. Oh, that 257. Can we get him? Nice shot. Again, when you're shooting a 257, you've just got to wait until he unangles one of those plates to you. Just turn slightly to the side, shoot into that pike nose. And I'm doing something here that I said you shouldn't do. I'm literally focusing, waiting for the shots, but I feel like I have to support these guys on this side. I feel like I need to because they need to kill that guy quickly and then progress round because we're still holding okay with map control, but it's not great. Here comes the 704 and the 268. Fire one, it goes, I don't know if it went left or right. We put another one in, and unfortunately the 430 is there. I didn't realise the 430 was in that position. I have a little look to see if I can actually shoot him in that position, but I can't. And where he is actually incredibly annoying because if he was anywhere else, holy moly, that's T95 looking at you. You do not want that. If he was anywhere else, I would more than likely be able to kill that 704. I'm looking at the Charioteer. I'm looking to see if I can support the Ag Tiger, but I can't really support him without... I can't shoot the 704 without exposing myself to the 263, and now this game is going down the pan. It's now going really bad. Our mod 1 is running away. The mod 1 made some questionable choices. This game is all I'm really gonna say. But yeah. Right, now this is where we're slightly in the doo-doos. 263, I go up because I see he's going the other way, but oh crap, there's a 430. Fortunately, we set him on fire, which allows me obviously to take him out. I now need to fall back. I need to get 2 shells in. 1, shoot him. 2, just before he loads. Now, unfortunately, I'm now onto my 3rd shell, and this is kind of a high pressure situation, so we really need, to be fully loaded, because Renegade puts one in and then dies. I go. Come on, Max, he's still reloading. Put one in, and then I decide to fall back because I can't finish him with my 1 shell. I needed 3 shells there. If I had 3 shells, I'd have just sat there and fully unloaded. And this is where the game just goes. I could have potentially played this better, but I was aware, although it's still a T95, it's a T90. You can see me looking. I try and bait his shot and unfortunately just go a bit too far out. All that happens for the rest of this game is the mod 1 literally drives the 1 line, then the K line, and sits behind one of these buildings. I thought he was accidentally going for RT and didn't realise, and the enemy's just triple cap. That's literally all that happened. I made the play at the end like I did, just because, like I said, I'm pretty sure that within a couple of seconds I'd have had a T95 right round on my bum. So I felt like I needed to try and do something, try and bait him into firing, so that I could then take him out, so then I could move around. But I don't know what would have happened beyond that. It would have still been a really tricky game to carry, because the 257... the 257 hadn't been spotted for so long, so he could have been going towards the cap. He could have been coming around up onto the hill as well. I honestly have no idea. He wasn't on the hugest amount of health, but nonetheless, yeah. Unfortunately, we did lose that one, but... Oh, God, what am I doing? The smouldering wreck of Progetto. Between the game starting and us failing miserably, we had a pretty good game. 6,614 damage and 5 kills. I will take that. That is actually my damage record in the Progetto as well, which is always nice. I've done that a couple of times this week, actually. Got a couple of damage records. If you haven't seen it previously, I've got the Rheinmetall Borsig video as well that went up a couple of days ago. I say a couple of days ago, by the time I upload this, probably about over a week ago. But that was a damage record in the Borsig as well. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go take a look at the post-game stats. Before that, standard YouTuber crap. Warning. YouTuber, self-promotion, usual crap alert. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, notifications, blah, 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 blah. And let's go take a look at the post-game stats. So, there we go, guys. That was, unfortunately, a loss in the Progetto. Still a nice tanker, though. Not too bad. And the, right. Levis medal. That one. And also a high caliber as well, which is very nice when you're bottom tier. Getting a bottom tier high caliber is always good. 6,614 damage and 5 kills. Not too shabby. 1,150 base XP on a loss is really not too bad. Well, fair play to that Lanson. He was playing well. Other than that, the enemy team just did more than us. Look, you have to get down to here on the enemy team to do 1,000 damage. Ours is all the way up here. 2,000 damage. Yeah, you get the picture. I fired 35 shots, hit 32 and penned 28, which isn't too bad. It's not amazing, but it's not shocking. 149 assisted, and the game lasted about 12 minutes, even though we died 10 minutes in, and I was the second to last player to die. We made many credits. 252,000, making 173,000 credit profit, even though we did fire a lot of premium rounds at the end, just because of the scale of the result, and obviously the Progetto being a tier 8 premium tank. And like I say, I think, in my personal opinion, one of, if not the best tier 8 premium tanks you can actually buy. I also think this tank is the best tank in Frontlines. Just full stop. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the thing. If you do want my recommendation on the tank, you gotta buy it. There you go, simple. I saved you watching a 25-minute video. I don't actually think I've got a tank review on this tank, so I could have done that, but I've got a lot of tank reviews at the minute coming up. So yeah, I'm not gonna bore you with that. I just thought I'd show you straight up the replay, guys. If you have watched this far into the video, it's clear you don't hate me that much. So if you don't and you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. If you also have liked the video, please give the video a like. If you like this a lot, okay. And also, my next video coming out will be something to do with a certain tier 9 reward tank that I recently got. It's really easy to guess what, and I may or may not be doing a tank review on it. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.